Biggest streamer in the game is back, Cenat, man. And not only is he back, but he has returned as a man. I know a lot of us are really excited about this moment, myself included. I'm an unk, so it's not like I'm like the biggest Cenat fan, but I am a huge fan of his growth and journey as a young man. Even though he still can act out like this, it's part of what makes him who he is. And his return has been wonderful for a lot of reasons. More importantly, of course, was the announcement of the Streamer University, which was a huge win for a lot. I did try out for it, but maybe I'll get him next year. I was trying to go to be a professor, and honestly, it was a fun process, and it was great to see the entire reveal. But today's conversation is more about what it is to be, a young man on a journey through life, right? And of course, like, you can always think back to mythology and whatever the case may be, and people talk a lot about like having a pilgrimage, and that's like going on your own quest through life. And I'm a big proponent of that. Like, I'm all for that. I think that everybody, not just men, but I think that everybody should be going through pilgrimages or their own solo journeys where they go and they learn about themselves, bro. When they find out what they like, what they don't like, what it is to like figure things out by yourself, what it means to navigate the world, focusing like only having your charisma, your actual physical abilities, and really testing your confidence. I think that these are a lot of the things that make great men. And I'm switching more over to this kind of style of communication because I just want to talk to y'all, man. I want to talk to y'all. This shit that I be seeing online, bro, spooky, man. The way that this advice that young men are getting. And I've been a counselor for 10 years. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Keith. I've been a college counselor for 10 years and counting, and I love what I do. I love what I do, and I've seen young boys come in, bro, and become full men, careers, families, that they're fathers now. And that transformation and that journey often requires a pilgrimage, and it often requires for them to beat the odds, to become the best version of themselves. And I've covered Kai Cenat quite a few times on this journey, but one thing that I like was blown away by was his announcement before Streamer University. He was giving some updates here and there about some of his plans, but he took that moment to give an announcement, a reflection of his relationship with his ex Gigi, and to apologize to her. And I think that is such a huge reflection of where a man is in his life, where he's able to take accountability, and where maturity comes in when you reflect on your past and you reflect on the way that you hurt people, and you take accountability for that shit and you stand on business. So I was blown away at his announcement, and I want us to check it out. We're gonna step by step, and we're gonna see how it turns out. Let's give this a look here. Boom. Cool. I already had it loaded up. Audio was on. Let's give it a listen.
I gotta get serious for a little bit, just for a tiny bit, okay? I'm gonna get serious real quick because
Serious
morally,
time. Let's go.
I think this is the right thing to do to get some things off my chest, y'all. All right? Honestly, okay? So everybody, calm down. Everybody,
You gotta set the
just
stage.
chill. Just chill. Sometimes we gotta have some serious moments on this.
Facts.
And it's gonna be my last time addressing this, and I'm not gonna address it anymore. Okay? Because I'm gonna do something that I feel like is morally the right thing to do, and I just want to get out the way so it's off my consciousness. Okay?
I know he hasn't even started yet, but he is right. He has an audience of people that want him to entertain. He, to be the jester and jump around and do all this shit. But he's letting everybody know, like, yo, I gotta handle some shit now, which I don't know is something that he would have done before. You can address serious situations here and there, but this announcement that he's about to make is not about him. It's not about him. It's to apologize for what he did, and he needs to make sure that everybody's calm the fuck down, so that he can say what he gotta say. Let's see what he got.
After I left y'all, Okay, after I left y'all, after I got off Mafia 3, my in December, you literally seen my relationship literally explode
Yeah.
in front of everybody on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
and I hated it.
Mm.
You wanna know why I hated it? Because it was the way I reacted to the way I like to the way we had broken up was immature. I'm honest. I'm gonna be honest. It was, but I want to send.
Let's stop right there. It was immature. It was immature. Hey, that happens sometimes. Here we go. That happens sometimes. You know, a lot of us, you know, any older man listening to this, or even somebody that's dated somebody, you know, in the past, you were a kid, bro. You were a kid. You made a mistake when you were younger. And sure, it's not to say that you were ignorant and like you didn't know what you was doing. Sometimes in our pilgrimage, in our journeys that we're going through life, we hurt people. We hurt people. We're humans. And we're also selfish. And that's okay. Everybody should be selfish. I know that it's seen as a negative thing, but it's true. You wanted to go and talk to this girl? Fine. And then you went and talked to her friend, which was wrong, but it was what you wanted to do at that moment. Is it wrong? For sure it's wrong. But then when you can address those kind of situations when you get older in life, like Kai at this moment, right? When you can reflect and you say, damn, son, what I did was fucking grimy. It was grimy. And then we practice apologizing. And then we practice grace. Some of us are doing things or have done things that were wrong and we didn't even realize it till later. And that is what immaturity is. Your brain, your thought process is not developed enough to realize that what you've done is wrong. And realize that what you did was grimy and hurt people. That takes experience, that takes time, and that takes wisdom. And Kai, you know, he stepped away from streaming for a long time, excuse me, to make that, you know, that helped him realize the error of his ways. And now that he's back and he's back on business, and now that he's gonna be back to the top, creating Streamer U, having this amazing rollout, yo, let me handle business and apologize for my childhood self as I introduce ya to my adult self. Let's see how he keeps cooking here.
A direct and straightforward apology to Gigi.
Direct.
Because she was in the innocent space and bubble. And all of these accusations that had came out and all these goddamn narratives that came out and everything that got goddamn drafted up was just not true. I literally don't like what I did was because I didn't have the time to defend her or defend her online and goddamn, you know, like defend her name online. That's why I regret it. That's why I want to say I apologize right now. Yes. Because like, I don't know, to this day, there's still narratives that goddamn, she owed me goddamn $2 million, which is crazy.
The internet's gonna run wild, but let's go.
There was no.
Okay, so he was saying here, like, yo, he didn't defend her name. Think about that. What do we all have? All that we have is our name and our reputation. And so, like he was saying, like he apologized because his name pulled her into his life, which is the viciousness of the internet, which is the viciousness of online life. And he pretty much set her up to fail when they fell apart, because now they're throwing this on her name. They're throwing that on her name. She's getting sabotaged for just being his girlfriend. You fall out of relationships. Surprise. I know some of us be fucking freaking out about it. Oh, because we fall in love with one girl and it needs to be who we're with forever. That's bullshit, bro. I'm sorry. This is not the early 1900s. This is not the 1800s. We live in the world of the internet where these fucking phones have too much control of our lives. Back in the day, I tell people all the time, back in the day, your pops, your grandfather went to the supermarket and saw your mom or your grandma. And that was the most beautiful woman he's ever met in his life. Bruh, you can see the most beautiful woman in your life 20 times on your phone every day. That's normal. You get what I'm saying? So for a lot of us, like, we move on. and relationships do not work out in the way that you think that they will, and that's normal. But when they do fall apart, and that fallout and that the backlash is landing on your ex, your significant other, you have a responsibility to make sure that they're not getting burned at the stake because y'all broke up. And so Kai is addressing that situation.
Like, we had fell out because of personal reasons behind the scenes, and then once that shit goddamn happened, it was just like toxic as because she did not do anything outside of our relationship. She did not do anything like that, and I did not come forward to address that. The sources that it came from was goddamn crazy though. Like, bro, y'all should have seen when we fell out. My phone was blowing up for all these goddamn random ass narratives that I'm seeing. I'm like, damn, you know. And eventually, the internet played out how it played out, which I don't like. How it like kind of like happened in front of everybody. And yeah, I want to come on here and say apology to her because you know at one point, you know, she was a best friend to me,
Yes.
and I still got love for her, even though we are not together. And I don't, you know, she probably gonna see this or something, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like you know she wasn't something close to me because
Yes.
she was. Okay, and I'm on maturity and I'm on positivity, and that is something that you guys will never see me do again. You know,
Facts.
and I would never cross my personal life with my online life. It just won't happen.
Beautiful. Listen, he Kai covered a few things there, but the one that I want to talk about is he addressed Gigi, his ex, as somebody that was in his life prior, somebody that was a huge part of his life. And often when I talk to younger people, Gen Z, you know, any younger college student or just anybody that I talk to, people often lean into this saying of like, oh, when they break up with somebody, they're like, I just wasted 3 years of my life. I just wasted 2 years of my life. Actually, a student today told me that shit. She was like, oh, you know, I'm not going to waste the last year of my life. Why does it have to be, why does it have to be like framed like that? Why can't good memories that you've had with a significant other, that you've had with your girl, why can't everything that you've learned from that relationship be valuable? Why is it that you break up with somebody and it has to be the end of your relationship and the end of everything that y'all were? You know, it's not to say, like he said, he still got love for her. You know, that I'm sure that if he calls, she'll answer, or vice versa. But some of us think that when we break up with somebody, it's like they have to die. They have to die in your life, and that's just wrong. It's just wrong, and it leads you to so much emptiness. You inevitably outgrow people. You grow in different directions. Your best friend now was not your best friend from fucking second grade. They're not. They're not. They're not. They're not your best friend from second grade. And if they are, that's really nice. But you've lost other friends along the way. And it's the same thing with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Damn, it's okay, son. It's okay for you to acknowledge that y'all had good memories. It's just so much selfishness. It's so much end of the world. Woe is me. And it's just not, it's deep. I'm not gonna say it's not that deep. It's deep, but yo, you gotta find, you have to understand the symbolism of what y'all were. Not just the memory of who that one person was and what y'all had. What purpose did they serve in your life? How did they prepare you for the next person in your life? That's the way you got to look at these relationships. So Kai in this situation, he understood like, yo, bro, I let Shorty go down, and that's wrong because she's somebody that was important to me at some point in my life, and there needs to be some respect for that. Then of course he wraps up by saying that he's on his maturity shit. He say he's on his maturity shit and that he understands that he's never going to mix his personal life with his online life, which is personal and business. Bro, the internet got too much damn opinions. People, once you put your relationship on the internet, it belongs to everybody. And that can sabotage you. So anybody that might be listening to this, any of my guys listening, bro, like putting your shorty on the internet or vice versa, like asking to be claimed, like, yeah, you're claiming somebody, but at the end of the day, you're claiming them for the internet. And now everybody's involved in your relationship. when it should just be y'all two. I'm fully for private relationships, bro. Your relationship is 1-on-1. It's you and her. Why the hell does everybody else have to be involved? Why does there have to be a show? Why is the what is this big thing? And let me clarify, because I know for some people, listen, man, some people, I won't just say women, but some men too, like there's this sense of like having pride in somebody claiming you. That's beautiful. That's really cool. But why is it that the things that I do for you are not enough? Why does there have to be this public version of claiming? Why is that important to you that other people know that you are mine? Like, why is that important? Like, you know I'm mine, and I know I'm yours. Like, let's leave it at that. Let's have trust. Let's keep it between us. But does it have to be a public spectacle? And listen, I would challenge some of y'all. Like, I'll tell you straight up. Like, if your shorty's asking you, or my girls that might be listening, if your guy is telling you like, yo, I want us to be public online, ask him why. Ask them why. But you need to be prepared if they say, why not? You need to have a valid defense as to why not. Why don't you want to be claimed? Why don't you want to claim them online? You got to be ready for that. That's a valid return question for sure. But for me, I just think that like Kai Cenat has shown us what the negatives of that is. And I know you're not Kai Cenat. Shit, I'm not Kai Cenat. Fine. But at the end of the day, too many chefs in the kitchen, bro. And too many chefs in the kitchen. When there's too many chefs in the kitchen, the dishes get fucked up. The meal gets messed up because there's too many opinions. It should be you and your girl in the kitchen, and that's it. So, for this situation here, bro, I just wanted to talk about, like, there's maturity with Kai and everything he said. There's maturity in that. You need to mature. You need to level up. You need to hit the next stage of your development as a young man. And that's by understanding that, yo, this ain't 3 years ago. This ain't last year. This ain't 5 years ago. And some of us are holding on to our fucking childhoods. Grow up. It's okay. It's nice. Don't take me telling you to grow up to be a negative thing. It's okay. It's just me waking you up to the next stage of your life. It's okay. We'll get there. Just take your time with it. Well, no, if you've taken enough time, it's time to go. But Kai Cenat has shown, and the value in, he would not have reached this level of maturity if he didn't walk away. He walked away from streaming for, 9 months? Almost a year. He went on a solo journey. He developed this mentality by doing that. So then I'm gonna ask when was the last time you walked away? When was the last time you hit everybody in the Discord like, yo, guys, I'll be back. Just give me a little bit of time. When you hit the group chat like, yo, bro, I just need a little bit of space. I gotta figure it out. When was the last time you went on your training arc? Hit the gym or tried a new skill. Try something new and do it by your damn self. Do it by yourself. And if this new thing leads you to new people, then go even better. You want to start working out? Go find a workout class that has other people. Meet new people on the new journey. Let people meet the new version of you, the version that you want to become. Actually, today, I was talking to a student, and, he was telling me, he's like, oh, I'm antisocial. He's like, I don't like to talk to people because I'm antisocial. And I looked at him in his eyes, and I was like, no, you're not. And no, I just met him like yesterday. And I know he's appalled, and some of y'all are like, what the hell am I talking about? Like, I met this guy yesterday. How can I tell him that he's not antisocial? And I straight up told him, I'm like, bro, I just met you. You're not antisocial. You could be whatever you want to be. If you don't want to be antisocial anymore, then just don't do it. Then just don't be antisocial. Just be social. That's it. Sometimes it's that easy. Sometimes we want to be new versions of ourselves, but you have to understand that you have to go to a new environment and start again. I want to do the Myron Gaines again. And sometimes you just want to do something new, and that involves going to new places and doing new things. Kai Cenat went away. He went new places, learned new things, came back as a grown man, a mature man. It's okay for you to do the same. Step away, take your time, go figure it out what it is, navigate your way through the world, bro, and have fun. I know it's scary, but it's also fun. This is shit. I'll tell you a little about me right here. Like, this is my first like real like kind of like I don't know what I would even call this like vlog style. I'm a little uncomfortable with it, but bro, I gotta do it because I want to teach y'all something. Because I have learned a lot in my life and continue to learn with my students, and I'm seeing some of the shit that's online, bro. Some of the stuff that y'all young men are that they're teaching y'all, bro, and it makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me sick to my stomach. Like anybody that's watching this right now, bro, thank you for tuning in, locking in, man. But my name is Keith. I'm trying to teach y'all the way. I'm trying to teach y'all to be happy, real happiness, not this bullshit that they telling you on the internet. It literally fucking hurts my soul to see how this stuff is guiding y'all. And shit, y'all, I know proof is important on the internet. I've been a college counselor for 10 years. I see new batches of students come in every day, especially young men. And every day, like every year, you guys, we're just, and I'm saying we as men are just getting, I don't want to use the word weak because some of y'all love that word. Maybe we got to delete that from our vocabulary. But every year we're just more, we're less, how can I say this? Like, there's not that desire for more. There's not that power. And we watch all these animes, bro. We watch all these animes about the MC reaching the top of the mountain, unlocking his new skills, conquering Luffy doing this damn thing over there, in Naruto on top of the village, Deku, whatever, man. We could talk about anime too, but Kai, right? Kai is an MC of our universe. 1,000%. 1,000%. Shit, let me put him in just a reminder here. This dude is an MC of our universe. And look at him. That's MC energy, bro. And that can be you. That can be you. Look at the smile, bro. That's just happiness. That's freedom. That's having security in yourself, having and knowing your skills, knowing what you're capable of, knowing that you can make a difference. And a lot of us are missing it. I want to see y'all like this, bro. I want to see y'all like that. I want to see y'all happy, bro. But the internet, man, this shit is destroying y'all. It's destroying us. So I'm throwing my motherfucking hat in the ring. I'm throwing my hat in here, bro, to try and help teach us the way, because I can't sit by and be idle about this anymore. I can't ignore it. So this is my journey, right? I'm jumping in to try and make a difference for all of us. We got to lock in. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to y'all straight. I'm going to keep it a milli. This is a milli mindset. Milli mindset stands for millennial mindset. I'm working on the name, and my motto is I'm going to keep it a milli till we get to a milli. And I'm going to keep it a milli with you. I'm going to keep it real with you. None of this bullshit that they telling you online. All right? We're going to work together as a group. We're going to get there. And I think that Kai Cenat is a wonderful role model as to our first steps to begin that journey. But yeah, man, I know I've been yapping for a while now. Yeah. So if this is your first video watching me, man, stick around, bro. I'm just going to keep cooking and I'm going to keep trying to do this for y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace.